Good day, everyone. I will be presenting my table of specification or TOS, the corresponding test items, and the item analysis. So let me start with the TOS. Dito sa table of specification, ang subject at paksa na napili ko ay Araling Panlipunan 7 sa ikatlong markahan, Nasyonalismo, Kasarinlan at Pagkabansa. Makikita natin dito na mayroong topics, learning competencies, or yung objectives natin dito sa topic natin, number of days, percentage, items, and learning assessment. Dito sa learning assessment, dito natin makikita kung saang category natin ilalagay ang ating mga items sa remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. So, since ang feedback sa akin ni ma'am, last time na nagpa-check ako ay i-align ko yung placement of item ko kung maraming covered na topic sa bawat column. For example, dito sa A. So, 3 topic ang na-cover nito. So, since ang feedback sa akin ni ma'am, ang ginawa ko kasi last time dito sa placement of items ko, ay pinag-isa ko ito. Hindi ko in-identify kung saang part ko ilalagay ang number 1, number 2, and number 3. Since ang na-cover ng column 1 ko ay 3 topic, ito, pagtamo ng kasarinlan, ng piling bansa sa Timog, Silangang Asya. Yan. Yung number of days ay 25 days. And 50 items ang gagawan ng test items. So, since wala akong nailagay dito sa evaluating part nung last time na nagpa-check ako, ang feedback ni ma'am sa akin ay maglagay ako ng at least 5 evaluating questions. So, makikita natin ito mamaya sa aking test items. So, ito naman yung Google Form na ginamit ko sa pag-administer ng test items ko sa mga grade 7 students ng Kawayan City National High and Alicia National High School. Yan. Names, section. So, merong panuto and then ito na hanggang sa number 50. So, ang total respondents ko ay 27. Ito yung aking test items, Araling Panlipunan 7. So, mahabang pagsusulit ito. Panuto, basahin at piliin ang titik ng tamang sagot sa bawat bilang. Isulat ang titik ng tamang sagot bago ang numero. So, yan, yung number 1, 2, 4, 5. Dito sa number 10 ko nilagay yung isang evaluating questions. Number 10, number 17, number 22, and number 46. So now, let's proceed on the results and discussion of my item analysis. To begin, we follow a step-by-step process. First, arrange the test scores from highest to lowest. Second, get the top 27% and bottom 27% of the examinees to form the upper group and lower group. So, there are 27 students in my respondents. 27 times 0.27 is equal to 7.29. So, we round to 7 students in each group. For each test items, we count how many students in the upper and lower group answered it correctly. We then compute the difficulty index using the formula PT plus PB divided by N, where PT is the number of the correct in the upper group and PB is the lower group, and N is the total number in both groups. This tells us how easy or difficult the item is. For instance, 0.00 to 0.20 means very difficult and 0.81 to 1 means very easy. Next, we compute the discrimination index using the formula PT minus PB divided by N. This shows how well the item differentiates between high and low performers. If upper group is greater than lower group, it's positive discrimination. So this is the ideal. If the upper group less than the lower group, it's negative discrimination. If upper group or if upper group is equal to lower group, it's zero discrimination, meaning the item does not distinguish at all. The result of this process help us determine if an item should be retained, revised, or rejected. Items with good difficulty and high discrimination are very good items, and items with poor discrimination or extreme difficulty or ease may need revision or should be rejected. Table 1, Range of Difficulty Index and Verbal Interpretations. The difficulty index ranging from 0 to 0.20, very difficult item, 0.21 to 0.40, difficult item, 0.41 to 0.60, moderate difficult, and 0.61 to 0.80, easy, 0.81 to 1, very easy. To interpret the discrimination index, we use the following ranges and verbal interpretation by Magno and Quano 2010 and Asad and Hailea 2004. Table 2, Range of Discrimination Index and Verbal Interpretation. The discrimination index ranging from 0.41 to 1, very good item, 0.31 to 0.40, good item, 0.21 to 0.30, moderate item, 0.11 to 0.20, needs revision, and below 0.10 is rejected item. To judge whether an item is to be retained, revised, or rejected, we came up with the cross-tabulation of the difficulty index and discrimination index of the item. Modifying our purposes, a similar table by Asad and Hailea 2004 since we used the range of difficulty index shown in Table 1 above Magno and Quano 2010. This cross-tabulation is labeled Item Analysis Matrix, adapting for our purposes a familiar matrix by Bermundo and Belaster 2004. Table 3, Classification of Test Items based on Discrimination Index. The item analysis shows that items with the positive discrimination are effective in distinguishing between high and low-performing students, indicating that these items are valid and function well in assessing students' understanding. Items with negative discrimination suggest potential issues as they are answered correctly more often by lower performing students, which may indicate confusion, ambiguity, or misalignment with the learning objectives. Meanwhile, zero discrimination indicates that the item does not help differentiate students' performance levels, as both groups perform equally, making it less useful for assessing understanding. Table 4, Item Distribution based on Difficulty Index. The table above shows the distribution of the items in terms of difficulty level. Results indicates that 84% of the item or 42 out of 50 fall under the difficult category ranging from 0.21 to 0.40. The high percentage suggests that the majority of the items pose a challenge to the test takers, which could be due to the complexity of the content, unclear wording, or insufficient preparation among students. Only 5 items moderately difficult, or 10%, were classified as the moderately difficult, indicating an ideal level of challenge. These items strike a balance and are most appropriate for evaluating students' understanding effectively. Lastly is that 3 items or 6% were found to be very difficult, which may require to review to ensure that they are not too confusing or misaligned with the learning objectives. No items were categorized as easy or very easy of lower difficulty, indicating the absence of lower difficulty questions. This could limit the test ability to assess a full range of students' ability and may not be optimal for formative or diagnostic purposes. Table 5, Distribution of Items based on Discrimination Index. The table shows that most of the test items, or 49 out of 50 or 98%, have positive discrimination, meaning they were effective in telling apart that high-performing and low-performing students. This suggests that the items are generally good and reliable. Only one item, the item number 4, showed negative discrimination, which means more low-performing students got it right than the high-performing one. This item may need to be revised because it could be confusing to the upper group. Table 6, Discrimination Index Interpretation. The majority of the test item, or 98%, exhibit positive discrimination, indicating that these items were effective in distinguishing between high-performing and low-performing students. This suggests that most of the items in the test are valid and function well in assessing student knowledge and abilities. Only one item, or 2%, showed negative discrimination, which means that this item may be flawed or misleading, as a lower performing students answered it correctly more often than higher performing ones. These items should be reviewed and potentially revised or removed to improve the overall quality of the assessment. Table 7, Summary of Test Items Analysis based on the final results. The table shows that out of 50 test items analyzed, 44 items, or 88%, need to be revised, while 6 items, or 12%, should be rejected. Most of the items need improvement because they are either too hard or not good at separating high and low scores. The item marked for revision can be improved by making the questions clearer, better, or matching the lesson's goals and helping to tell which students understood the topic well. The few rejected items may have serious problems like confusing questions, wrong answers, or not being related to the lessons. This should be removed or changed completely. Through this item analysis, I realized how important it is to check the quality of test questions. Many items need revision in my test items, which means